Hey, welcome back. My name is Nick, and we're taking a look at the solo for Motley Crue's Too Young to Fall in Love. This was 1983, the Shout at the Devil album. And man, these teenage years were loving that album when it came out. It was played on the radio. Of course, I then got the cassette in my hands, and the molten metal was forever lodged in my brain. Probably my favorite Crue album. I like Too Fast for Love a lot too. And some of the other albums have their moments, but this one just kind of brought it all together with great tunes. And the guitar solo here by Mick Mars is pretty ripping. I think it's probably his most ripping guitar solo of all the stuff that he did with Crue. And it's a challenge. I was surprised at how challenging it was to put all the little pieces together to make this work. So I think this will give you guys a good workout. The last video I did before this one was another underrated gem, I think, by C.C. DeVille from Poison, Nothing But a Good Time. So similar vein here. Kind of underrated players from that 80s scene that kind of got lost. I think a lot of it was because they were part of bands that the focus was more on the songs and the image, whereas the Guitar Hero thing, the focus was more on them. So if you look at somebody like Joe Satriani, it was always about his guitar playing, even though he wrote great tunes. Same with Yngwie and some of those guys. So I think that's partly one of the reasons. Also, I think, with guys like Mick, he played for the song. I mean, he really didn't go out of his way to try to show all his chops off. He played melodies that were very fitting for the song. There's a lot to be said for that. And so I think he's underrated in that way too, and that shows a lot of maturity when you can play like that and not be so concerned about what other people are going to think. Try to keep up with the Joneses. So anyway, this is a good one to learn. Motley Crue always tuned down a whole step, so I'm tuned down to D standard. I'll give you my low D string. Here's a D, like a D5 chord. Sorry. Here's a D5 chord. Here's an E. But it's down a whole step, so this is going to sound like D. So just drop your whole guitar a whole step if you want to play along, or get one of those pitch shift pedals, which I have on a travel guitar board back behind me over there. It's made by Digitech. It works really good. You can take it down all the way down to like B or even A, I think, but I don't ever go down that far. But it's great if you just want to go down a half step or a whole step or something like that. Or if you want to tune to C sharp for those old Black Sabbath tunes, you can do that too. So anyway, if not, you can practice this in standard tuning and use an app on your computer to raise the tuning of the song up. You can do it that way too. So anyway, there's a lot of ways to get at this. Before we get going on this, make sure and check down below in the description box, and you'll find the tab for this, as well as my free sweet picking guide, Sweet Picking Bootcamp. Let's see what else to say. I think that is it. We're basically in the key of E here. It's kind of got an E Phrygian vibe to it. It starts out on the high E string on the 7th fret. We're going to play. So there's two groups of three. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then one solid note. So okay, and then we're going to play one more group of three after that. So and then we're going to start into this next run here. Here's where you start to get that E Phrygian Dominant sound. I think the rhythm behind the solos. Basically that. So it's revolving around in E to an F down to a D, but it's all kind of got that E Phrygian Dominant sound to it. So these are all, everything's alternate pick so far. So this is the run. The first run here is 5-7 on the high E, 4-5 high E, 6 on the B, 4 on the high E, 5-6 B. Okay, now we're gonna right from here. So switch to your first finger here. We're gonna play this quick hammer pull lick 4 times. So it's hammer on from 5 to 6 on the B and pull off, and play 7 on the D, on the G string. Do that quickly 4 times. It's really fast. And then we're gonna, after the 4th time, go back to the 5th fret on the B string, and then we're gonna bend 7 up on the G 3 times. So all that together, that last lick would be. Here's what we got so far. Do it a little slower. Next line, now we're going to play a bunch of 16th note triplets. Then we're going to do this, I think it's whoops, 8 times, but it's okay, so you got that triplet sound, 16th note triplets. It's twice as fast as 8th note triplets. And then we're going to come out of it and play 8th note triplets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, but twice as fast. It's all alternate picking, starting with the downstroke. Could add a little muting to that line there. I think it sounds cool. Oops. Okay, so the line after the 8 times on 4, 5, and 7 on the G string, you're going to go 4, 5, 7 on the G, and then 6, 5, B, 7, G, 5 on the high E, 6, 5 on the B, 7, G, 6, 5, B. Alright, so here's what we got so far. So now we're up to the 10th fret on the B. 8 times on that. So same thing here. The 16th note triplet, we're going to do the same thing here. And play this 8 times, 10, 12, 13. And then we're going to move this to the high E string and play 12, 13, and 15 three times. And then 3 times on just the 12th fret. So and then we're going to bend this up 3 times at 15 in the high E with some vibrato. So that last section. Now the last little bit here. Okay, so we're gonna play this little sequence coming down. 15th fret on the B string. High E is 12, 13. 15 on the B. 12 high E. And then it's 13, 15, 12, 13 on the B. 14 G, so 12 B, 12 G, 14 G. Okay, so so when you get to 14 on the G string at the very end of that run, you go to 10 on the G. So you're going to change positions right there. And then you're going to play this quick little pull-off lick and slide it. So 12 pull off to 10. Slide back to 9 and then pick 9 again. So and then do pull off from 10 to 9 again. 12 D back to 9 G. And we're gonna go 12, same thing, pull off from 10 to 9. On the G, 12 D, and then end it like this. 9, 10, 12 G, pull off 10 to 9 G, 12 D, and 9 on the G. That's a lot of numbers, folks. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense just by listening, right? And you have the tab. You also have the Guitar Pro file if you guys use Guitar Pro, which can help you sort of suss out what the rhythms are if you get confused. Okay, so that was it. That was the whole solo. I'm just going to play through the whole thing once at about half speed, just so you see how it all connects. Okay, and then you can refer back to the demo I played at the beginning of this video and the end here if you want to see it played at full speed. Okay, so here it is, about half speed. All right, great tune and really cool solo by Mick. So enjoy that. Make sure and grab the tab down below and stay tuned for my Patreon page coming up soon, which I'm going to start putting the backing tracks in the Patreon. I think I'm going to try and get that up and running this week. So keep an eye out for that. Should be cool. Lots of cool extra behind the scenes stuff as well. And stuff that I don't put on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time. And have fun with this. Get to work. Go listen to some Motley Crue. Rock on.